Ayo, hey, it's the best of vibes. It's the best of vibes.
G'day guys, welcome back to the Best of Vibes podcast. It's episode number 11, and we're joined by South Australian draft bolter and Glenelg halfback flanker Xavier Robbins. How are you, Zach?
Yeah, good mate. Glad to be here. Cheers.
Good to have you. Now it is Xavier Robbins. It's not Robinson. I was watching the footy yarn this morning, and they kept saying,
Yeah. I actually watched that, and I was listening to my questions getting asked, and I was happy that they got asked, but I was spewing they got my name wrong. Everyone gets my last name wrong. No, it is just Robbins. Yeah.
Yeah, good. I needed to make sure I got that right.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. Nah, it's either they pronounce it wrong or spell it wrong.
Yeah. I guess we'll kick off with the question that we like to ask everyone is tell us a bit about like your juniors and growing up and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. So like I said to you, like when we were just chatting a bit before, my family's in Victoria. I used to live in Victoria myself. So I was in Victoria till year 6. So I played country footy. So I was living in country Victoria in East Gippsland. Yeah. So I was playing for a club called Paynesville back then, and like just living on our sort of small farm, not too much going on. And then we moved here, and that's kind of when footy sparked up, and like went to Sacred Heart College, where I've been the last 6 years. Sort of moved straight into Glenelg, and along the way I've sort of been part of like Sapsaza, which is kind of like I don't know what the name is for it in Victoria. It's like just like district footy kind of thing. A few lucky enough to be in a few state teams along the way, and yeah. So my footy journey's been pretty basic, but like personally, I've jumped around a bit, sort of moving because I lived in more city Victoria and then like closer to Melbourne, and then I sort of moved out into the country and then moved to Adelaide, and I've moved a few places here. So yeah, and I'll keep jumping around.
Yeah, nice bit of experience and different programs from each state.
Not really, man, because when I was in Vic, I was playing country footy and I was in the interleague team, but that was about it because I was so young. Like I remember the year when I moved over. The next year, I was going to trial for the under-12 state team in Victoria. I was going to drive up to Melbourne to trial, but then I ended up moving to Adelaide, so I wasn't really a part of any sort of major squads in Victoria. Yep. But and then it took me a while to crack in South Australia. But I've definitely been lucky enough to be in a few over here.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry, I was going to quickly let this dog out.
That's all right.
Now you did play in the All-Stars game for South Australia. Tell us how that experience was, like playing alongside with like the boys that we spoke to, like Caleb, Hagan.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was Poltz, he killed it, man. He was probably best on ground. He smashed it. He's a real good guy. I was real happy for him that he killed it. But yeah, no, Hagan was good. It was a real good experience because like all of those boys are like you sort of play against them when you're playing SANFL like during the season, but to have all of those players like in one game, it was so quick. Like I remember like the first 5 minutes. My first touch, I got hold of the ball because it was just it was so quick, and like I got a handball like release, and I thought I was out, and then just like bang, like just got mowed down, and then it just kind of hit me like this is a bit of a step up.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it was definitely good fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna stick on the footy sort of side of it. I'm not sure if you know Mike Tyson fights on tonight. I was seeing
No, I'm on Mike for sure, man. Always.
Yeah,
don't question Iron Mike. Mate, he'll come for you.
How about Nate Robinson and I think it's Logan Paul? No, not Logan Paul. One of the Paul brothers.
Logan Paul. I'd hope not.
One of the Paul brothers.
Yeah, right. I didn't even know that one of the Paul brothers was fighting again, man. I've fallen out of that loop.
Yeah.
I saw the other day, like Logan Paul wants to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, no chance. And then like a week later, it was like, yeah, they've signed a contract. I was like, what?
Floyd Mayweather's
he was spelling his name out to Floyd to get him to sign it. Because Floyd didn't know how to spell his own name.
That's right. That's weird, but yeah, it's I don't understand those guys, man. Like Logan got his head knocked off.
Yeah.
I don't understand what he's trying to do there, but hey, good luck to him. He'll probably take home a bit of coin.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll stick with the boxing theme. Is there any of the SA boys that you think you could take on in a boxing match and win?
Oh, mate, I'd take Hagen for sure. I'd trounce him. Nah, I don't know. Maybe Tom Powell's he's a freak player, but he's got a sloppy rig, so might be able to throw a few body shots. No, I'm not sure. I definitely wouldn't want to get in a ring with Lockie Jones, Caleb Poulter, or Corey Durden. Corey Durden is just like a little ball of muscle, and he'd beat me. He'd beat me to sleep.
Wow.
Oh, well.
That's all right.
Another question Mills usually asks.
Yeah.
Are you dating anyone at this point, like at the moment?
Yeah, I actually am.
There we go. That's just for all the female viewers.
I don't swing that way. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, me either. Just the female viewers.
I was listening to the one with Hagen, and I heard that one get a roll out. That question.
Yeah.
He loved it. He loves it. He would have loved that. Nah. No, I do actually. Moment. Yeah. Sorry.
Did you play any other sports, or do you play any other sports other than footy?
Like at the moment, nothing like competitively, but like just like socially play like tennis, bit of basketball, that kind of stuff. But like over the years, I've played like years and years, because I've been like pretty focused on footy for a while. But like years and years ago, I played like a bit of hockey. I was like just like did swimming lessons. I don't know where that counts. I'm pretty useless in the water. It didn't take me long to figure out that I was no good at that. Bit of soccer. Played a bit of rugby. I was pretty happy to sort of try stuff that would get me a day off school, if I'm being honest. That's where most of my sporting ventures have come from. Just like, do you want to have a go at this, Dave? Oh yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
Bit of an all-rounder.
Oh no, I wouldn't describe myself as an all-rounder, because most of those things I was rubbish at. But that's why I stuck with footy, because it was like the thing I was least rubbish at.
Yeah, that's all right.
Would you ever come back and like live in Melbourne or anything like that? Or play in Melbourne? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question, man. I don't know. Like probably not. Oh, like obviously, like if something happened with footy, I definitely like wouldn't even hesitate. But if nothing was to happen with footy, then I'd probably stay in Adelaide for a bit longer, just to maybe do some study, because I've got university next year. And I can just play for Glenelg in the Sandful. But like maybe eventually, because like me and mum are in Adelaide, but like all of our like extended family and like dad and stuff, like they're all in Victoria. So definitely like wouldn't be closed to the idea of going back.
Yep.
I need COVID to clear up a bit before I do that.
You're obviously, like I said at the start, you're a draft bolter. At what point in time did you start to like realize like, oh shit, the draft could actually be something that's possible, and like it really clicked that a lot of teams were looking at you?
I think a lot might be a stretch, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, because at the start of this year, like that wasn't even on my radar, like at all. Because like last year we had the under 17s futures like squad, which was of like 55, and I didn't make that. Like I had a pretty poor season last year, and then obviously from that, like I wasn't selected in the like SA Academy, like the hub.
Yep.
So that was like I was pretty much like, yeah, I'm done. Like, you know, I don't know what I got left. Like, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to sort of drag myself back from here. But then I sort of like that was only for a bit there, and I thought to myself like, you know, you might as well give it like your best shot. And I sort of set the goal to try and play some under 18 state footy. But then yeah, like I played round 1 for Glenelg, which was against Norwood, and like it was probably like the best game I played in like 3 or 4 years. I was pretty happy with it. And then sort of after that, like, no, it definitely didn't happen like straight away, but I remember, like, like Draft Central, that Facebook page.
Yeah, I think I've seen it somewhere around.
Yeah. So like, it's pretty big in SA, like, and like I had a little like mention on that, and like at the time I was kind of, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. but like, that doesn't really like mean that much, but it was just kind of like pretty cool for me at the time. Yeah. And then, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I guess I sort of managed to string a couple of good games together. And then sort of just, yeah, like, the rest is kind of history, man. Like, it's not like my story this year isn't too complicated. And it took me a while before I sort of thought to myself, like, oh shit, like, like maybe like the draft could actually be like a genuine possibility.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like, oh, like, like this has sort of been a fun ride, and like it'll be a funny story to tell in a few years, but like it's going to end after this year kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then like it kind of just sort of kept going over the year, and then definitely towards the back end of the year, I think it really happened when I got the combine invite.
Yeah.
Because that was like, I so wasn't even remotely expecting that, and then I just got the email, and I was just in shock for like 2 hours. I was like, I don't even know what's going on here. But yeah, like when I got that invite, it kind of was like, oh shit, like maybe I'm actually sort of in the mix.
What was the combine like?
Yeah, it was good fun. Got some free merch. So that was like, let's be honest, like that's what everyone's going for.
The free stuff.
But no, it was good fun. Like it was just at one of the schools around here in Manual, and then we did the test there, and then we went to Adelaide Oval to do the 2K. But like we didn't do any of the like the skills testing and stuff because of COVID. Yeah. But the combine tests were good fun. No, for sure. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, because a lot of those guys you don't see very often because you don't play with all of them, and you only sort of see them when you go to those kind of things. So it was real good to catch up with a few of those boys, and hadn't seen a few of them in a year or two. So it was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually checking himself out in the camera.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm happy with that growth.
I mean, I shaved like 2 days ago, so I'm pretty impressed.
That's way better than I can manage. I've had this going for like, I don't know, a few months.
I said before, you played against my old school, Assumption. What was your best memory from playing against them?
Against Assumption, I remember when I probably playing in year 10 at Sacred Heart, like that was good fun. Because like we got a pretty big crowd out that game. And that was like that, and we had our Intercol game that year. Like those two were the biggest crowds I'd ever played in front of. So it was pretty fun, like with the whole school out, and like the Assumption boys are crackers. And I've had like awesome billets. Like I had two here when they came here, and then I crashed at one of the other boys' house when I was over there last year. And like they've all been awesome guys, and sort of still chat to them every now and again. Like sort of made some good mates, and had a good game of footy, and going to the other sports like netball and stuff. That's like the netball is always like probably one of the biggest events, to be honest, because like it's like the first event of the exchange, so everyone just goes, and it's sick.
Yeah. Do you remember who stayed at yours or you crashed at theirs?
Yeah, so I was so last year I was at Ethan Beer's house.
Yeah, that name doesn't ring a bell.
And then I had Jonty Patrick and Lockie Hall.
Yeah,
I had those two here when they came here, and they were crackers because those were because I was only year 10 playing. They were the 2 year 10s in the Assumption team.
Yeah.
So they like paired us up because we're the same age, and they both came. And they were crackers. They were unreal. It was great fun.
Yeah, I remember them both. Rounds.
Yeah. Yaps. Jonty's on the yap a fair bit, but he's good quality.
I was going to ask one thing, Millsy. What's up with the hat?
I lost me Collingwood one, so I couldn't wear that. So
you decided to go for the better basketball team, yeah?
No. You're a D supporter, aren't you, Zach?
I am. I was real flat last week when Hagen, or not last week, sorry. I was real flat when Hagen said that he didn't know a D's fan. Because I was like, oh, you've clearly forgotten about me, mate.
I was watching LJ's thing with you. So you said you're a D's fan, and I think I just looked at my mum and just went, oh, no, because I've got you and Zach going against
me. Finally,
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
we can bully the Collingwood supporter.
definitely. No, my grandma's a Collingwood supporter. It feels nice to be like in a conversation with someone who goes to Melbourne because it's a real rarity in South Australia.
What was that? Sorry.
No, sorry, I dropped that. I was just saying it's rare to find a Melbourne fan in South Australia.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm happy that I finally found myself another Melbourne fan that I can talk to.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. I've Ben Brown. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm bloody stoked. Better than Sam Wiedemann. I mean, anyone's better.
Nah, the Weed's got some development. He's got something left in him.
No. I mean,
No.
I still reckon we should have got rid of Neil Bullen, but
Nah, he's a South Australian boy. Got to look after him.
I'm not into Neil Bullen. He gives me the shits.
Boss, no way. And he's a Glenelg boy.
He stands there and he's got his mouth open like he's trying to catch some flies or something.
He's got a good golf celebration though.
Nah, that's Brayshaw's.
Yeah.
You stole that shit off Brayshaw.
Yeah, don't try and copy it.
Yeah, you made it bad.
Yeah, you ruined it. I was liking it until that.
Yeah.
Don't talk
No, sorry, Millsy.
Yeah, got a bit sidetracked there. My bad.
Nah, our off-season was shocking, so I don't want to talk about us.
Collingwood got an interesting trade period.
Nah.
Don't want to have a bar.
Collingwood got all the Melbourne regions. That's what they got.
Oh,
Nah,
That's what they get.
We're being proactive because a lot of teams will go through the same stuff as us.
Yeah, righto. You're ahead of the curve. That's it.
Yeah. What's your best or funniest story? It can be footy related or not.
Oh man, it's a great question. That is one of those things that's hard to think of on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, one that comes to mind, but it's like I was sort of trying to think about footy, just sort of keep on the theme. One that comes to mind, and like I don't even know if it would sound that funny when you're retelling it, but it was hilarious when you're in there. So like, do you guys know? I was sort of mentioning before, like, do you know Corey Durden? Like plays for Centrals.
Yeah.
So he's a freak player, but when me and him played together in the under 15 state team, so. He didn't even trial for the 15 state team because he made the 16 state team as an underager. And then he got like asked to come down and play with us. So he sort of came down. And that was my first state team. So I was kind of a bit like, wide-eyed and just sort of like, oh, what's going on here? Like these superstars around me kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he came on the trip with us. And I don't know how it happened. Like, but one point he told me that he was a model. And it sounds so stupid, but I actually can't remember because the fool just came up in context and he was just like, yeah, like I do modeling. And he just fabricated this whole story about how he's a full-on supermodel. And I was just like, what is going on here? And at the time, I full believed him. I thought it was dead set legit. And I didn't even have Instagram at that point. And had a look on his Instagram because he's like Bailey Smith from the Bulldog. He just loves Instagram.
Yeah.
So his Instagram game was real good. So I saw it, who'd never had Instagram, and I was like, oh man, he's dead set a full model. And he was just he'd be saying shit oh, do you want money? And just offer me money and stuff. And I was just like, no, I don't want your money, Corey. Go away. And I remember once we went out shopping one day and he came back a new Adidas tracksuit. And he was like, yeah, I just walked into the store and did a photo shoot and they gave it to me for free. And I full believed him.
Oh.
And I was just like, what? I was like, what is going on here? And then we split for the state team ended. And then he was playing up age groups and he eventually got into the league team and stuff. So I didn't really play against him again. And I didn't see him again until we were both picked in the 16 state team. I remember when I saw him the first time, I still believed him. And this is over a year later, and I was like, oh, how's the modeling going? And he'd come, and he's just started pissing himself in front of the boys, and everyone who was on that trip, because they all knew about it, was laughing behind my back.
Yeah.
And they were just like pissing themselves. It was that funny. I felt like the biggest goose though. Like it was the stupidest thing ever. Like it's probably doesn't even sound that funny, man. But like just the fact that I believed him and like and just believed him for like over a year. And like he still brings it up when I saw him at the All-Star because I hadn't seen him because like he's playing league. So when I saw him at the All-Star like training for the first time, like he just brought it up again. And I was like, shut up. Like, you can't keep bringing this up. It's absolute rubbish. I got stitched up big time because all the other boys ran along with it. Like, they got on his side and were just convincing me.
Yeah.
Man, I felt like the biggest idiot.
I've just noticed that shirt you're wearing. Is that the Carlton draft?
Man, absolutely it is.
Yeah.
We, for Sacred Heart, like, at the end of the year, everyone who played in the back line got one. We did like a bulk order of like 8.
Yeah.
And like we all got them. And then we had our like end of year party and we all wore them.
Yeah. I was going to get one for my dad for his birthday, but his birthday's gone now and I didn't.
Bit behind the 8 ball. Nah, they're mint though. Like, I wasn't sure about them, but it's come out good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy to cop one though. I didn't play much backline for school, so I thought I was generous to get one.
On that, if you had to say like any team in a supporter standpoint, like who has to be the most feral? Like who has to have the most feral supporters?
Man, I don't know. Like it's tough. I feel like it's real subjective. But I was because my mum is a mad Richmond fan.
Yeah.
So we got tickets to the Port Richmond prelim. And there was barely any Richmond fans there, obviously, because like the Port members got heaps of priority and they all just got in. And when Richmond won, man, the abuse that I copped on the way out was next level. I'm walking up the street to the tram stop, just like copping death threats from the side.
Fuck.
So I don't know. I'd have to say from personal experience, probably Port.
That's fair. That's
Although
a fair.
I'll throw this in though, Collingwood would definitely contenders for that top spot.
Yeah, I can't argue against that.
Nah, that's all right. As long as you control yourself well around the games, get into it, but there's no need for abuse.
Yeah. I'll jump into the Instagram questions.
Oh, I don't even know if I want to hear these, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's probably one that we got where I was just like, righto. But we'll start with Charlie Quick.
Yeah.
And he asked, is Brian McHugh, I don't know how to say it.
Mikio.
Yeah, that one. The greatest man to exist.
Oh, it's a definite yes. Nah, so what I'll tell you. So me and Chad's one of my best mates, and we had English together.
Yeah.
And Brian McHugh was our English teacher.
Yeah.
And he was so harsh, man. He just hated me and Charlie because we just sit at the back and just like lip him up the whole time. And he hated us. And like I feel like it was like deep down he loved us, but man, just give us serves and like we get our work. He'd like give us our work back and he'd be like, this is shit house. Like just say that to us. And like it just destroyed my English confidence forever.
Good at English, or do you prefer something else?
Oh, I thought I was good at English until I got into Brian McKeo's class. Nah, I do like English. I like reading and writing and that kind of stuff. Probably better with words than numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next question. This is the one where I was like, oh, right, yeah.
I don't even know what to hear it. Yeah.
We always ask the question, Will Schreiber.
Oh, shit.
Is it true you're still a virgin?
No, that's not true. Shribes is the I was actually because I just assumed he was going to ask one, and as soon as you were like Will Schreiber, like there was like a few topics that came to my mind, like this is going to be about one of these ones, and that was definitely one of them. No, Will. Not true.
He always through with the questions.
Mate, yeah, you got to ask him, but as he lips up for a lot with a bloke with a head like his. Seriously.
Oh, oh, damn. There's gonna be some beef.
Yeah, for sure.
The next one comes from a former guest that we've had on here, Hagen Wright.
Oh, dear me, yeah.
He said, "Is it true that you know that everything you know about the game of football, I taught you?"
100%. 100%. I know you boys saw my question that I asked him about Pig and Piglet. That's sort of, I just kind of linked myself onto his nickname because, I don't even know, because I played with Hagen for, I don't know, since under 15s, really. Me and him have been playing for it together in Glenelg and a few other teams here and there. He's such a good mate. He's probably one of the best mates from Glenelg. And I was listening to that one with him, and he's tried to claim that me and Will Schreiber gave him the name Pig. That's rubbish. That is not true. He gave himself that name. And I don't know what you boys' thoughts are on giving yourself nicknames, but he's decided to give himself the name Pig. And and we just kind of went along with it. And then kind of as a joke, I kind of picked up Piglet, and we just kind of partnered up a bit. But it's true. Everything that I know about the midfield craft, I learned from Hagen.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about making nicknames for yourself.
Yeah, it's not a great look, is it?
Nah, you've just got to let the nicknames come to you.
Yeah, and tell you what's the worst part is when you give yourself a nickname that's a good nickname too.
Oh yeah.
He's called himself Pig from his footballing ability. I was like, you can't just call yourself that.
The next question, which is actually a genuine one, and it comes from, I'm going to butcher his last name, so I'm not even going to say it, but Ryder, and it starts with a K. That's all I'm going to say.
Man, I'm not. Yeah, all right. I'm not. I can't say. I don't know. No names are coming to mind.
And he said, "How do you keep your body fit and in good shape through pre-season? For example, diet and fitness."
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, I always sort of prided myself on, I guess, training pretty hard. So, I always start pre-season individually a bit before pre-season starts. So, I always sort of go to the gym a fair bit, and I'm not a big believer in overcomplicating it, because I feel like everyone can overcomplicate these kind of things. You just got to keep it real simple. I go to the gym, I do running sessions a couple times a week, make sure you get down to the oval to work on the skills, work on, opposite foot, that kind of stuff. And with diet, I'm not on any specific diet. I'm not on, vegan or something. I'm not on anything like that. I just kind of just generally you just choose to eat healthier. You have a little bit there at the end of the season where you kind of splurge and maybe just eat whatever the hell you want. But and you don't need to calorie count and stuff, but just general you just don't want to be eating Hungry Jacks for every meal and smashing bars of chocolate every night, just stuff like that. As long as you avoid that, and especially when you're young, you can kind of get away with eating some shit food. Yeah. So not overcomplicating it and keeping it simple, but still making sure that you train hard. And I try and do something every day, whether it's recovery or a full session. I try to make sure that every day I do something to sort of make sure I'm either get over an injury or stay fit or just anything like that. Nah, it's a good question though.
Yeah. Ollie Martin.
Yep.
We're back to less serious questions, but he said asking about his layout package.
Yeah, I can see you both got the basketball hats on. No, so I smoke Ollie on the court. He's got nothing. But no, I don't know about the truth in that. But I used to be so bad at basketball. I couldn't even dribble or anything. And then I sort of, it's when Will Schreiber was just one day, do you want to go play basketball? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll tag along. And then I sort of really enjoyed it, even though I was so bad at it. And then Ollie's and I always go play basketball with Ollie, and he's been a bit like my mentor because he's really, really good at basketball, and he's taught me a fair bit, and we've got a bit of a record going. And I think we've played each other legitimately I think it's 14 times, and I still haven't won one. But I'm 0-14, man. It's killing. It's killing. My record's not great, but But the layout package, I got to get in close because my mid range is no good. So I have to try and work my way in close. Otherwise, I'm no chance to get it in.
We might have to get you out here, and we can give you a run on the court.
Mate, I'd be so down. Like, I don't know if I'd rate myself as good, but compared to my starting point, mate, of the improvement's been exponential. But that's pretty much because I couldn't catch the ball at the start.
Well, it could be a good 1v1 because I am shocking at 1v1 and we could have an even matchup.
Oh, no. I can't shoot the ball to save my life, so.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I've gotten close to him a few times, but I've never got over him. And it's just fun. I really enjoy it. And now I kind of try to do it. Well, I've never played a competitive game, but I sort of like to go out with my mates every now and again, sort of take your mind off stuff. It's good fun.
Yeah. Luca Whitelam.
Yeah.
Saying that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
He said, "Who's your favourite Year 11 Sacred Heart footballer?"
Making him do the old favourites, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't rate those questions, man, because it's hard. There's a couple of them. There's like, I don't even know. There's quite a number of Year 11s that managed to that got games in the ones this year. Luca would probably definitely be up there. I think he won like our best forward or something. He had a great year. He'd be up there. I don't know. Jock Van Kempen's all right, although he's a simp for his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Kobe Ryan's the same. Although Year 11s are good at footy, but they just off the field, their performances aren't as good. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably go Luca or I don't know. Jacob Owens is all right. He's good for a laugh if he's listening to this.
Jared Parrish.
Yeah.
Asked name. One...
Yeah. No, go for it. Yeah.
He said name one team that beat the Hearts backline without midfield help.
Mate, there isn't a team. No team gets through the Sacred Heart backline. It's a brick wall, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Mate, I actually don't know. Like, because for school footy, there aren't stats, so we don't have the stats. But a pretty tight knit bunch at Sacred Heart in the back six. And yeah, we actually had a really good backline this year. Like Jared's like, mate, you might be having him on the podcast next year. Like, he's a cracker. Like, he just got picked in the AFL hub. We got like Louis Rayson, who's probably a real genuine draft chance next year as well.
Yeah.
We got some like really, really talented players back there. So we worked we worked really well together. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how many games, if you look at the stats, we would have lost, but I reckon we managed to keep most teams under wraps. We only lost like one game throughout the season, and then we lost a knockout prelim.
Yeah. That's good. We'll finish off the questions with like the Instagram questions with a cracker of a question from Bailey England.
Yeah.
And he said, is it true Bailey England laid a huge stiff arm on you, leaving an imprint on your chest?
That's good. It is true. It happened at lunchtime, and Bailey's like another good mate, and he's like, you know how Hagen calls himself Pig at Glenelg? Like, Bailey is at Sacred Heart and is giving himself the name Pig. It's a common theme in South Australia. And yeah, we were just playing footy lunchtime as you do. Thought I had him because he's agile and his skills are mint, but his leg speed's not top notch. So I thought I had him, and he just put one straight on my chest, sent me down. Still haven't lived it down.
Dusty Martin type stuff.
Oh mate, it was top notch.
I'm just surprised he didn't, hold on like Jack Barney and some shit, and then like.
Mate, I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't expecting it. I've come in with the open arms, and he's gone bang straight in the chest. I wasn't ready at all. Caught me off guard.
What hobbies do you have?
Well, like I'd say, like basketball would probably be like a hobby. Same as like tennis. I go out and play a bit. I really like reading. Sort of teaching myself the guitar. So, I'm pretty shit ass at it, but
What can you play?
mate, nothing yet.
Smoke on the water?
Oh, I wish, mate. I'm just sort of, when I get a bit of spare time, I like to sort of have a strum and sort of try to learn some things.
Yeah.
I had a mate from school teaching me for a while as well. I like movies. I watch a lot of movies. Sort of just generally find stuff to keep busy.
Yep. I'll ask you a bit of a different question, which we ask everyone. But what's your go-to pub feed?
Pub feed. I'm hell basic, man, with my food. Like, I'm not an adventurous eater.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like you already know what I'm about to say, but it's just a palmy. Like, I just can't go past it. And I knew you boys were probably thinking, like, don't say palmy. Like, don't say it. But that's what I go to because my taste buds are real bland. And
I know Zach likes the palmy, but I hate it. I can't stand it.
What do you
I
mean
can
you
eat
can't
it,
stand it?
But I'm a steak man myself.
Yeah, so I can't. I'm not like real. Like, this is going to sound like weird, but like, I don't eat heaps of meat.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like a vegetarian anymore. My mum's a vegetarian, but I'm not. But I just like, I don't like steak.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like those.
Yeah.
I don't like like red meat and stuff like that. So, like, it's pretty basic with me, man. So yeah, chicken palmy all day. I actually had one last night.
Far out.
Yeah, but I don't know. What do you go if you don't go old palmy? I thought it was the only thing they served at the pub.
It's probably the pub down the road from me. They probably ruined it for me. It's just shocking. But too much cheese they put on it around here.
You reckon?
Yeah, they just slap the smallest bit of meat and a bit of cheese and a shit ton of cheese, and that's what they call a palmy.
Yeah, just smother it. Yeah, that's no good. You gotta get a nice ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the chicken schnitzel is the star, and then the cheese is like a side character. And if the cheese is too prominent, then you can't enjoy it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yep. So I know that now that you've like sort of said that you're really into basketball, is like a hobby sort of thing. Do you follow like NBA or anything like that?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say like, yeah, I watch the NBA a bit. I don't know whether I'd say like I follow like a specific team. I sort of enjoy watching it, and then whatever I can sort of get my hands on to watch, I'll be happy to watch. I like players I'm a pretty big fan of LaMelo Ball. So when he got picked up the other day, like, because he was in Australia for a bit, as you'd know.
Yeah.
So when he, like, I like to follow him a little bit. Yeah, just sort of generally. Wouldn't say I'm like a super fan of any particular team or player, but I do enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I just had like a mad sneezing fit, so I'm just gonna quickly mute myself.
Do you have a go-to joke that you like to tell if you are the jokester?
Nah, man, I don't. Oh, nah, I wouldn't say I got a go-to joke. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, when I come across as funny, I'm not even meaning to, and like someone's just laughing at me.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't actually do anything, but they just like something I did was just like stupid, and they think it's funny.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't really have a joke that I wheel out. I don't know. I don't really know many people who wheel out jokes like that. Is that how you boys roll? Just got them lined up?
No, I don't roll like that. I just say it in the moment.
Just whatever comes to mind in the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just get stuff off like YouTube that I watch. People say it.
Just go out. Just when you like go out, just take like a notepad with jokes written down on it.
Just someone asks for a joke. Just hold on. Give me 5 seconds. Just
whip it out. I got the perfect one for this situation. I got it.
You've got them categorized for each situation.
Yeah. If she says this, say this.
Yeah. Like conversation starter sort of things.
Yeah. Oh, those are always great. Oh, it's like when you go on like school camps or like your first ever school class, you get like those icebreaker games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, those give me nightmares.
Yeah.
They're no good.
Nah.
I don't even know what to ask, honestly, if I'm being completely honest. I'm just gonna go back onto Melbourne, honestly.
Yeah, get back on it for sure.
Who's your favorite player on the D's at the moment?
Right now, I'm not sure. Probably like Christian Petrarca, but I feel like everyone's sort of rolling that. I feel like that's sort of the general answer at the moment. Him and Clayton Oliver are probably the only two that give me regular hope.
Yeah.
I had a good mate that played for Melbourne for like, I'm not sure, like up until last year. Yeah,
Who was it?
Billy Stretch.
Oh yeah.
So he's a good friend of mine, like because our dads played together at Melbourne. So he's a family friend who just lives around the street, and he's at Glenelg now. So while he was playing, he was my favourite because he used to give. Well, he's a great guy, and he used to give me his free merch. Like whenever they get new sponsors, they do like a full clean out of like everything, just get everything new in with the new sponsorship on it. And he used to always just float it my way whenever they change sponsors.
I wish I knew somebody that would do that for me. Fuck.
So aside from being like an unreal bloke, he'd always come back and just like have like a backpack full of like training stuff. He'd just give it to me.
That's so good. I'm fucking hopefully you get picked up from Melbourne, like by Melbourne then. That'd be great.
Oh, who knows, mate.
I know what you mean by the game worn stuff. Melbourne City Soccer Club used to do that with me. We knew someone that worked there, and they'd just give me all the player worn, match worn jerseys and.
Yeah. Having like an inside contact.
Yeah, someone that my mum works with, his sister or something works for them.
Yeah, you got to find the way in.
Yeah, but now she's at like Manchester City, so there's no chance I'm getting that.
Oh, jeez. I was about to say, I thought you were about to say she's at Manchester City, so now I'm getting all their merch.
Losing if I got all there.
That would be
classic.
classic.
You follow soccer?
Not like die hard, but I find it good to watch. I follow Liverpool, like if I was so team, because you know what's going on. Because my uncle in Victoria is like a die hard Liverpool fan. Like he loved it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't into soccer, and then he sort of got me hooked on it for a bit, and I sort of fell out of it because I used to play it. So that was when I got hooked on it. And I have fallen out of it a bit now. But like I remember, do you remember like years ago when when they came and played Melbourne Victory?
Yeah.
And they played each other at MCG.
In 2012, I think it was, or 2013.
Yeah, something like that. Like it was ages ago. Like I went to that game with my uncle, and it was mint. And ever since then, like I was pretty happy with it. And I mean, like Liverpool smoked them, obviously. Well, I was like another level. But it was good to watch. And like, I like two of my, well, not just two. Like I got. Because soccer is pretty big, like in the college system, like because there's like footy and soccer are the two biggest. Yeah. And some of my like best mates are like freak soccer players. Like I know a couple that are probably going to be playing for some pretty big clubs in a few years, to be honest. So like with those guys, through those guys, I kind of followed a bit closer.
Yeah. No, one of my mates is the captain for the under-18s Melbourne Victory squad.
And
he's He's an animal and a half.
What, like you mean like off? Like what do you mean? Like just a freak, like player?
Yeah, he's a freak. I've watched him play once and no one could get him down. He was just going like fucking. Yeah,
so sometimes you see players like that, man. It's like you don't even know how they do it.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and they make it look. And what the bit I hate is that like when players do that, they make it look real easy, and you go,
I know,
and you go like, oh, like. I could maybe do that. And he's like, nah, you definitely couldn't.
You might see me do like the odd good thing when it comes to basketball, but like it's very rare. And I've got to be like angry or something. And then I'm like pulling out all these moves and I somehow manage to do it. And then
and when you like pull out a good move, just like completely out of your ass, you got to like pretend like you do it all the time.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like don't even jump up and about. It's just like, oh yeah, that's pretty regular.
You get home like, fuck it, I'm sick.
Yeah, like hey, I'll keep that internal.
Hey Zach, I just saw Jake Paul knocked out Nate Robinson.
Jake Paul did?
Jake Paul knocked out Nate Robinson.
Shit.
Oh no.
Nah,
I'm not gonna hear the end of this.
Why?
We're not
Why?
gonna hear the end
Why
of
are
it.
you spewing about that?
Because Nate Robinson. Oh, I'm just gonna see all over YouTube now on my feed. Oh yeah, Jake Paul, Nate Robinson. No one gives a flying fuck.
What round was it? Do you know that?
I'll look it up. Looks like round 2.
Round 2. I didn't waste time.
Knocked him down, and then he stayed down for a while.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Nate Robinson is only like fucking 4'1", so it's not really a big flex.
I reckon those guys, like, apart from Logan, I feel like he picks one, but like, because I used to, not anymore, but I used to follow those guys, like, not just those two, but I used to be into like that whole like YouTube thing, pretty massive.
Yeah.
And Jake like only picks fights with blokes that like he knows he's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't pick fights with blokes that like would be a shot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the photo that they posted of Nate on the ground.
Oh shit! Yeah, right.
He's dead.
Oh, I was about to say he's full out. He's not with it at all.
Nah.
Jesus.
All right, we'll move back to where we were at.
I'm not sure where we got to then, but I was liking that conversation.
Yeah.
There was something about Melbourne. Oh, the soccer. That's what we were at.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just saying, I used to be really into it, and I still follow it sort of, but a lot of the games are so early in the morning, man. Like, I'm not getting up at like 1 o'clock to go watch the soccer.
Who's your favourite player at the moment on Liverpool?
Mate, I don't even follow it that close, so I could tell you some.
Oh Jesus! Can you name any?
I can name soccer players.
Can you name Liverpool players?
Yeah, I'm not sure how many Liverpool players I could whip out, mate. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Oh, come on, you got to at least be able to.
Mate, I'm a real like loose fan. Like,
yeah,
I'm a fan that can barely call himself a fan. Like, I got a Liverpool scarf on my cupboard. That's about it.
Yeah, no, I was pretty loose like that until about last year when they won the cup, and I was like, oh yeah, no, like.
Better get into it.
Yeah, I got back into it.
Yeah, I was really into it like years and years ago, man. But
you would have been into it when Gerrard and all that was there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that was about that period.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember him playing in that Melbourne victory game, and like because he didn't play much of the game because it was just like exhibition rubbish. But when he came on, like the whole stadium just started like chanting his name and shit. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was mid time.
Man City through and through.
Man City.
Mate, where even are you on the ladder on the table?
Go home. Being disappointed at this point.
Mate, oh yeah, I actually probably should. I was thinking the other day, I really should sort of start getting back in. It's funny you guys are saying this because I was legitimately thinking that I was like, yeah, I should start getting back more into it.
Yeah.
But man, I just don't have much to watch it on, like, because it's not always on TV here and stuff. Like, and I don't have any of the like KO subscriptions and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like an easy thing for me to watch, like where it's like footy on like a Saturday arvo or something. Like I can't just flick on the TV and watch it often.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of that, I just kind of fell out of it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Liverpool aren't that satisfying to watch at the moment anyway. We've got that many injuries.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait till next year, and then next year I'll jump into it.
I'll jump back into footy.
Yeah.
What's your pre-game routine and your pre-game pump-up song? What do they look like?
Yeah, and I'm a massive fan of music before the game. I roll into the game with like the blue like headset headphones, like not like little ones, like the big fatty ones that go over your whole and they full hook over your whole head.
Yeah,
I roll those into games. Man, I don't know. It varies legit from week to week. Like I just always I'll like find a song throughout the week and it will just get me hell hyped, and then I'll go, I'm listening to this one before the game this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, like like I'm not too like rigid. I like to eat. Like I don't eat 2 hours leading to the game. Like I have all of my food sort of done 2 hours till the game time.
Yeah.
I like to get the games really early. Like I'm usually like the first 1 or 2 players at the game, but I'm sort of like that with training as well. Like, there's no real reason. I just kind of like doing it. And like there's usually a game before us, so I like to go and watch them. Yeah, once I'm in the rooms, man, I don't really speak a lot beforehand. But then once I'm in the rooms, I kind of spark up and just sort of start lipping up and talking a bit of shit. Like just trying to relax because you play a bit of footy when you're like focused, but you still kind of relax because if you like overhype yourself, then you kind of lose it.
Yeah.
So I try to relax myself a bit, but still get pretty focused and ready to go. I used to be like insanely rigid with it. Like it was like to a stupid degree. But I sort of learned just to relax with it, and that's probably helped me to play better footy. In all honesty.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Look, I don't really have much. I just figured out that he follows pretty much every team that I follow, which that just makes me like excited as.
Yeah, it's a happy day, man. I know it's a real rarity to get like at least one, and you got all of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a trifecta.
I don't even know what else to ask.
What's your most embarrassing story about yourself? That's one we haven't asked yet.
Fuck, mate, you've thrown me under the bus heavy here.
He's pretty much told us his most embarrassing story, but
no one likes to answer those kind of questions. Embarrassing story.
That you want to tell us.
Oh yeah, there are like 4 that are in my mind right now, but I'm like tossing up whether to wheel them out or not. Like, I'm not sure whether I'm not sure whether I should give them a roll. Embarrassing story. Man, I've got one that's like fully in my head, but I just don't know if I want to say it. It was on that 15 state trip as well, where I thought Dirge was a model. That was a questionable trip for me. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'll probably keep that one under wraps.
I want to know it now.
Mate, what's his name? If Henry Nelligan or Tom Power are listening to this, they'll know what I'm talking about. And it was to do with like being in the shower. I just got caught out. Nah, funny trips though, man. Those trips you always leave those with some embarrassing stories though. Like, yeah, there's always like, because the whole thing is just like you just living in pretty much like a hotel room with a few of your mates, and when you're not playing and like at rehab and like recovery and stuff, like you get up to a bit of mischief because you get pretty bored because there's not much else to do.
Yeah.
Like I remember that trip, like one of them, because like they were so stupid on that trip, and one of them like didn't know how to use a dishwasher. I reckon it was because there was 5 of us. There was 5 of us in the room, and it wasn't Nelly or Tom. It was one of the other 2, and one of them didn't know how to use the dishwasher, and he put like and we needed to wash the dishes to clean our room, and he put like hand sanitizer or some shit in the dishwasher because he thought that would do the job.
Oh no!
And like the whole thing just broke, man, and like the whole dishwasher just crashed.
Oh.
And like we got served. I'll tell you, this isn't an embarrassing story, but it's not a story from that trip because I need to clear it up on live air.
Yeah,
well, not live, but so we on that trip there was like this whole thing about like everyone was stowing water bottles in each other's beds. Like it was like a prank, and it started like half a week, and like you just go to bed and your bed would just be like saturated.
Yeah.
And it was shit because like you'd be knackered from like a day of like getting your ass handed to you by Victoria, and you just want to go to sleep, and you can't, and you get home and your bed's just saturated.
Yeah.
And like a few of the boys were getting a bit upset with it, and we was like, yeah, all right, it's okay. And then we finished, and like that year we lost the grand final to Vic, and we lost by like 10 goals. So we got whacked.
Yeah.
Like we were at dinner that night before we flew back because it was in like Perth, I think. And like someone I don't know who it was, but someone like told the coach and like snitched on everyone for like, because we weren't allowed to do it. And the coaches heard about like halfway the trip, like, you guys need to stop. And no one stopped. And I don't know who it was, man, but someone like snitched on everyone to the coach. And and then one of the boys on the trip, Kaideen, who's like another real good mate, started lipping up to everyone that it was me.
Oh.
So I've just been wrongly labelled as the snitch on the trip.
Oh.
Mate, I'm still convincing people to this day that it wasn't me. It's rubbish.
Speaking of your mates and other people, who do you reckon we should get in contact with to get on here?
Yeah, righto.
Because we had a bit of a different method with you. You more reached out to us for a question for Hagen.
Yeah, I mean, I sent that question in to ask him. I'm not sure. Who would be a good one? I don't know, man. You could probably ask anyone. Like, there are so many good ones. Like Tom Powell's a pretty good character, and he's probably going to be like top 20 pick. So if you get a hold of him, it'd probably be all right.
I messaged him, I think, yesterday. So
did you
get onto him for us? But
yeah, right. Yeah, he's great quality. He'll lip up his FIFA game. He's massive on the FIFA, and
I reckon I could still kick his ass.
Mate, throw down the challenge, because when he's not playing footy, he's either studying for uni or he's playing FIFA. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him at home not playing FIFA. And he's like, he'll lip up his YouTube channel too. I'll leave it to him. His YouTube channel. Ask him about that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's good though. He'd be good. I don't know who else.
YouTube channel?
Pardon?
Is it a fishing YouTube channel?
Yeah. It has. It's fishing themed. Camping, stuff like that.
I heard him talking about it this morning on the footy yarn.
Yeah, it was my question. Did you see it was my question that he got? I was like, what's it like being a part of a celebrity group known as Glandor Boys?
Yeah.
I was giving him a segue into the plug.
Yeah. I think we need a new way to contact people, because we've been using Instagram the entire time, but like the footy yarn, they use Facebook. And
I did earlier in the year. I was on one of those things with the footy yarn, and they just text me on Instagram.
Yeah. Snapchat's a good one, but it's like, what are the chances that you can?
Yeah, I mean, like, you got to get their username, whereas on Instagram or Facebook, you can just text them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like some people have like their Snapchat and their like Instagram bios, but some, not everyone does.
Yeah. I guess that relays us into the next question. Would you come back on here?
Would I come back on here?
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. It's been great fun.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, for sure. I'd definitely come back if you'd have me. I don't know whether you want. I don't know whether you boys want sample players on here, which is where I'll probably be next year. But
I would be more than happy. Melbourne supporter.
Mate, definitely. No, I would. Nah, it's good fun, mate.
What would you say to people to like try and stay positive if they're just feeling like shit?
Feeling like shit, man. I don't know. I feel like I could probably help them, because I just sort of not help them, obviously, but like give advice, because like I remember when at the start of this year, man, I was in like such a shit place with footy. Like I was in the rock bottom pretty much. Like,
yeah.
I was so close to quitting footy at the start of the year, because I was sort of that hurt by like, not hurt, but like that disappointed, and I'd had that many setbacks. Like, I don't know, man. Like, you just kind of got to ask yourself. I know you kind of just got to just break it down, man. Like if there's like a big issue, just kind of got to break it down into small issues, sort of take them like one little bit at a time, and then I like to you just think about stuff like logically, and then. It can be hard. So, like, I say, like, if you're feeling like shit, like, just sort of not let yourself like shit, but, like, just sort of don't, like, fight it, man. Like, just sort of, you can take a week to just sort of just be down a bit and sort of let yourself recover a bit naturally. And then once you're feeling a bit more up and about, then, try and spark up and set goals and sort of plan out, step by step how you're going to how you're going to do it. Don't think about the end goal. Just think about, what am I going to do this week? What am I doing today? And then eventually you sort of get yourself picked up again. And I reckon just using your mates as well, making sure you use your family and your friends, because I had some real close mates when I was feeling down, and they really helped me. And I probably wouldn't be playing footy if I didn't have those mates to sort of help me sort of get back on my feet a little bit with it all.
Yeah, that's very good. I guess I forgot to ask you when I said, would you come back on? But would you link up in person if you were to come to Melbourne? Or
Absolutely, man.
Australia.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, easy.
Do you boys do you boys have a studio?
Nah.
No.
That's the next step, because this podcast is going places.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm just sitting in the spare room in my house at the moment.
I'm sitting in my
girlfriend's bed.
Definitely, man. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure when I'll be in Victoria next, but mate, hit me up.
Hopefully after the draft at some stage.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be good fun.
Hopefully he's playing for Melbourne, then I might be able to get some free shit.
Right, I wouldn't mind that. I reckon that sounds okay.
Yeah, we'll sort something out after the draft, I'm sure.
Oh, mate, hopefully. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for coming on, Xavier.
No, that's all right, mate. It's been a pleasure.
And wish you all the best.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries. Catch you later.
See you later, boys.
It's the best of vibes. We gon' blow your mind. It's the best of vibes. Go to brand new heights.